Ethernet is the basic plumbing that all this stuff is working on, and as the market evolves to make it more programmable, more transportable, more functional, it's still riding on Ethernet. Ethernet was, first invented in the 70s, standardized in the 80s, and it's gone through a lot of changes. Primarily, the most obvious thing is changes in bit rates, how many bits per second we can get across the wire, starting at 10 megabits per second, and a 100 gigabit is already in the market, and 400 gigabit is in development today in the standards process. We're also seeing Ethernet branch out and adapt itself to specific markets that have evolved over the years. So you've got, the cloud service provider, hyperscale data center, which are humongous, gigantic installations with hundreds of thousands of servers and hundreds of thousands of networking connections. We're also seeing Ethernet continue to evolve for the enterprise office space. Now, you may not know it. And 10 years ago, you had your PC and you were plugged in with the RJ45, and you had your 100 megabit or gigabit Ethernet to your desktop. And as you started using your laptop, you still had the wire. Now maybe your laptop doesn't even have an RJ45 and you're going Wi-Fi. But the thing is, Wi-Fi only goes so far. The more Wi-Fi, the more wireless you have, the more wires you need, because we still got to get that traffic, which initiates itself, uses Wi-Fi as the on-ramp in your office space. How do we get it into the rest of the corporate network? Well, that's still with wired Ethernet, and typically today 1000 base T, but Wi-Fi is getting faster and faster. So we need the wired side of that to get faster and faster too. So one of the current projects that's going on within IEEE is to see how much more data bandwidth can we squeeze out of the installed base of cabling. Because when you've got an existing office space, a building that's been around for 10 or 20 years, and it's got Category 5E, Category 6 cabling installed, it's a rather heroic endeavor to go replace that cabling with newer category cabling. So what we're trying to do now is get the most bandwidth we can out of the existing cabling to help match the data rate needs of the Wi-Fi access points. Now, Wi-Fi is going to keep moving, so if you're installing a new cable plant today, we hope you're doing Cat 6A, so it'll be 10 gig ready. But in the meantime, we've got a nice sweet spot of getting up to 5 gigabits out of the installed base. There's a lot of push to go faster and farther. There's also a lot of push to fill the gaps, which is a lot of the recent activity we're seeing now. We come up with these oddball speeds. Why on earth would you do 2.5? Why would you do 25? Well, we're finding real cost-effective points to go fill a market need. We're doing new speeds and feeds. We're going faster. We're going farther. We're going shorter. But the basic amount of data that we send in a frame is still compatible to what's been out there for years and years. That compatibility, forward-backward compatibility, where you can have environments that are wired up different ways, yet they're still all talking Ethernet, is pretty darn cool, and I think that's what's made Ethernet very successful.